Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Edmonds Racing preview show for another week. Trent Edmonds is flying the flag for the team today, and mate, Magic Millions has been and gone for another year. How did you get through the big couple of weeks? All good?
Yeah, all good. No result, unfortunately. But you know, the filly obviously ran super. She ran very big race, and she is talking about Mimi Lagarde. Obviously, she's one that's got a very bright future. So there is a bit of a silver lining there. While she didn't scoop the pool and take home the big prize, you know, it was a great run, and she produced a fantastic effort. So, you know, really proud of her, and we're going to have some fun with her. We got 6 yearlings from the sale, Adam, which was great. We bought a couple and then the rest given to us. So that was awesome. We put out the info on the written TYCOON XO'RACHAEL filly, and she was fully subscribed in less than 24 hours. So that was tremendous to receive that kind of support, and she'll go through the system, you know, soon after having a break. She'll go to get broken in after that, about 4 or 5 weeks after the sale, and come through the system. So that's awesome. We then sent out the info on the Trapeze Artist colt out at Deer Valley. Had a few hits there. There's a couple of shares still remaining. So anyone who wants to jump on board, more than welcome to rip off an email to us and get racing, basically. He's a star colt, I thought. Fantastic purchase, and, you know, Trapeze Artist, first season sire, you know, sort of fits the bill. He was a fantastic racehorse, 4-time Group 1 winner. So, you know, we thought, why not? We'll chance first season sire. I'm confident that he will make it.
Yeah, well, you sounded pretty excited about his prospects in the video that was sent out to the database during the week. As you mentioned, you know, he's a first season sire, and obviously that they come and go every year, but you had a particular reason for being excited about this fella. I guess, you know, he's got not only the race record, he ticks all the boxes, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I suppose when you look back at his race record, that horse, Trapeze Artist, like, he was up and going as a pre-Christmas 2-year-old. He ran, I think it was in a black opal, then a golden slipper, basically competed at Group 1 level and the top level for 3 seasons. And, you know, he was dominant in the Golden Rose, dominant in the TJ Smith, and, you know, his other 2 Group 1 wins were fantastic as well, obviously. But, you know, he was a star horse, and I'm confident he's going to make it as a sire.
Yeah, well, great to see some quality yearlings entering the stable once again, mate. And on the racing front, you already touched on Mimi Lagarde. She obviously did the stable proud. And I believe there's a bit of news around her, a couple of future aims for her in the wings.
Yeah, well, at this stage, it's not set in stone just yet, but I suppose we'll probably have a look at her after a week or so. She's gone to our farm just for a bit of R&R. We'll probably look at her after 7 days. She could potentially head down to Sydney for the Furious. It's about a month after Magic Millions. It's a 3-year-old fillies 1,200-metre group race, followed by the Surround Stakes, which is a 1,400-metre Group 1 for 3-year-old fillies. Those races sort of fit the bill. You know, own age and own sex, distance range that she's obviously proven capable at. And there's not many 3-year-old fillies sort of Group 1s around over that sort of sprint journey. So we'll just see how she is and make a call on that. Other option is to give her a good spell and head towards sort of Winter Carnival, but not committing to anything, nothing sort of set in stone just yet. We'll put the horse first. I suppose what you got to remember is that Magic Millions Day was only her 3rd run. And she'd had sort of a month between her first and second, a month between her second and third. So she's been taken good care of and hasn't been overtaxed by any stretch. So I would suggest that she could potentially still be on the upward spiral for preparation, but we won't make any call on that until we sort of put our eyes over her again and have a look at her in a week's time.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But nice to have some options with a quality filly and no doubt more exciting times in store for Jerry Harvey there with Mimi Lagarde. Also on the news front, the Harrovian, bit of news around him and what his next assignment may be, tackling the new Rockhampton feature race.
Yeah, that's right. The Archer. Tom Headley's got a slot in that. It sort of just makes sense for his best horse to represent him. Conditions perfect, weight for age, 1,300-metre race, very good prize money. I think it's about $275,000 to the winner. That's fantastic money. So, providing he's all well and good, he'll be heading there and he'll give great representation to Tom and the team in a race like that. It's very exciting. They've obviously done the Everest-style slot holder event, a bit of a watered-down version, but still a fantastic, feat, or it's going to be a fantastic event for sort of Central Queensland racing. And, I'm sure we'll get him up there in one piece and he'll love that big 600-metre long Rockhampton Straight.
Yes, very true. The Rockhampton Straight, no doubt he will enjoy that, and a great concept to see that introduced. Innovation in racing is what it's all about, and it's exciting to see this concept getting off the ground. And I believe he'll race next week at the Sunshine Coast, mate, on the path to the Archer.
Yeah, that's right. He will. He is going to run in the Sunshine Coast Cup, I think it is, 1,400-metre listed race up there on the 29th. TYCOON heads there as well. So that'll be interesting. The two Headley horses going toe-to-toe. Tom's best two. Hard Empire, a potential runner as well after sort of a disastrous Magic Millions Cup run, where he was caught wide and just pulled too hard, didn't enjoy the best of luck.
Okay, yeah, well, good to see a couple of big guns still continuing on their preparations into next weekend. On the racing front this weekend, mate, Sunshine Coast Friday night, you're racing there. You've got a few acceptors on the heavy 8, currently rated. Pedal to the Metal was an acceptor there, but I believe you're going to wait for another day with him.
Yeah, we will. Confirmation from Brad Spicer that Pedal to the Metal, and we've seen it at home at Trackwork too. I think I mentioned the show before. Any juice in the ground and he's hopeless. He's a complete different horse. So he's pretty much an out and out sort of soft 5 and above, for him to show his best, and he's in good form. So we kind of figured why waste a run. Boho Beauty making her debut for some extremely patient clients, which I must thank for being so patient with her after the well-documented barrier problems we've had. At this stage, she will run. We're keeping her in and just assessing the track as it goes. Sort of if it gets back to a soft 7, hopefully, then, that'll be no problem for her at all. And she's more than ready to make her debut. She's drawn soft. So, and it's a cutest maiden, Philly's maiden. So, we've got to try and make good use of that. And Pretty Divine goes around at this stage. She was a good first up winner at Lismore. Admittedly, this is a very hard race. It's one of those $50,000 races. 27,500 to the winner for a Class 1, so it's come up a bit strong. She's drawn a bit wide. She's non-paced runner. She'll roll forward, make her own luck. It's just a very strong race. So, if she could run a drum there, that would be great. I think her future's probably going to lie sort of 13.50, 14. And if she was to just settle that smidgen more, she might get a mile in time too. But she's progressing nicely, just needs to step up again to be competitive tonight.
Okay, very good. Well, 2 runners heading up the M1 there. Good luck to the Archer Park team with Pretty Divine and Boho Beauty, the strong bloodstock team, as you mentioned, who have been patient. Just touching on Boho Beauty again, mate. You mentioned that there's been a bit of history there, and the owners have been patient. She's a 3-year-old Spirit of Boom filly. Just talk us quickly through, the challenges and what you've had to do to get her to this point.
Basically, barrier work, Adam. She was very reluctant as a young horse. We ended up, as basically all of our yearlings and our young horses, before they go off to the jump outs and the trials, I would think that they'd been through the gates, double figures, 10, 12 times at least in the first their first week of life in our system, they go through twice anyway. So there's 2 in the very first week they're in the stable. Just getting them desensitized and basically learning what to do, and that the structure is kind to them and whatnot. She had been a little bit difficult from the very get-go, digging the toes in, not wanting to go in. We ended up getting her in with some manpower, and then when we did get her in and happened to close the gates one day, she tried to burrow under and then never went near them again. So it's been a very trying time. We sent her to Fenwick. They seemed to fix her for a bit. Then she had a bad experience at the trials. We were basically clutching at straws at our wits' end. We sent her out to Matthew John Dunn at Bow Desert. He's done a couple of barrier horses for us. And touch wood, this preparation, she's been outstanding. And that might just come with added maturity as well, and just a little bit of time under her belt, a couple of good experiences. But he done a fantastic job. And I'm not going to say she's fixed, but she's a darn sight better than what she was. So, I'm looking forward to her debuting, and hopefully from that nice soft barrier. I loved her trial at the Sunshine Coast, her first one, where we rode her steady. We'll do that again tonight, just ride her off the speed and let her get up to the line, and I'm sure she'll be finishing off hard. I'd love to see her win for the guys. As I said, they've been so patient, really easy to deal with, and just basically let us go through the process to give her best chance of getting to the races, essentially, because it wasn't looking very likely for a long time.
Yeah, very good. Well, good to see patience rewarded there for both owners and trainers with Boho Beauty, and good luck to everyone tonight with her. Okay, mate, let's touch on the Doomben program, currently rated a soft 7. You've got 3 acceptors on the program there, kicking off with Indian Dreamer in a Class 3 plate over the mile. And he's been knocking on the door recently, hasn't he? So he's just looking for that little bit extra to break through.
Yeah, that's right, Ads. I thought the other day he was 4 weeks between runs up to the mile. I think he's about 5 weeks between runs now. We've basically we've been trying to win a Saturday race with him. There's been nothing while the carnival really heated up. He's just been waiting in the wings for the Magic Millions to get going and get done, because he was purchased at Inglis a couple of years ago, so he's not a Magic Millions horse. There's basically nothing for him. He's in really good form. Probably wouldn't want the track too wet for him. If it's too wet, that brings a horse like Tamerlade right into contention. It'll probably start a short price favourite. But what I was impressed with the other day, at his last start when Ryan rode him, he actually bounced him out of the barriers and got him to begin. I think I've mentioned previously that this guy's been a lot of trouble, just absolute no early speed whatsoever. And that's cost him a fair few races, being back in the ruck and trying to – you've essentially got to run, 5 or 6 length quicker sectional the last 600. You're in the hands of the gods as far as tempo is concerned. So for him to bounce out and put himself in a spot as he did the other day, I thought was fantastic. Yes, he didn't win, but he was right there in the fight and had a crack. If he can exit clean again tomorrow, there's no reason as to why he can't win. I think it's a lovely race for him, with the obvious danger being Tamerlade. Our guy's drawn soft. If he can just bounce, put himself in the first 3 or 4 in a race where I think there's not a great deal of speed, he's going to be real hard to beat.
Yeah, very good. Will be nice to see him settle just that little bit closer and have the last crack at him. So good luck to the Lucky Clover team engaged with Indian Dreamer there. The Strong Bloodstock team are represented again by Global Citizen here. He's heading to town after 2 wins from his last 2 starts. He's up to Saturday grade, and I guess he really deserves his shot at this level now.
Yeah, this guy is one of my favourite horses in the stable, to be fair. Look, fantastic winning record. The only time that he's run a bad race, he actually came to a mischief, and we had to send him out, hence why he didn't run for basically 12 months. And through one reason or another, we brought him back in work after about 4 or 5 months, and he was still not quite right. So yet again, common theme, the owners were kind enough to give us time with him and just let him come back. And that time's been his friend. He's been a horse that's always had a really good level of ability, not the soundest, so not the easiest to deal with. His feet take constant management. And tomorrow's a pretty hard race, but we've sort of got to go here with him. And down in the weights, I'm sure he'll be on speed for a very long way. That horse that's drawn just inside him, Melissa's Dream, last up winner at Eagle Farm, it frightens me a bit because it's got just as much speed if they want to use it. So I'd hate to see them sort of cutting at each other. I think Robbie's just got to be pretty quick out on him and try and dominate. I think soft track will suit. Heavy track, unsure. Horses in fantastic order. Spaced his runs, but that's been by design. Same kind of situation as Indian Dreamer. He was an English Classic purchase, so there's nothing for him over the Magic Millions Carnival and those group races where he's just not quite up to were around. So, give him a couple of weeks between runs, some good solid pieces of work in between. He's going to be there for a long way. I just want to see him exit clean and basically dominate the race from the front. If he does that, he's going to take a power beating. It's going to be very hard to run down, going really well.
Okay, well, fingers crossed he can give everyone a sight there, and good to see him tested at this level. He's obviously an exciting horse with a good record, 5 wins from 8 starts. So good luck to everyone involved there. The final runner on the program is Grand Zoo, who lines up in a Class 6 plate. He's third up and up to the 1350, which is more to his liking and drawn well, but it is a strong race.
Yeah, very strong race. He's been building to sort of third up 1350 metre run. We're giving 2 runs over shorter journeys of 11 and 1200, his first 2. I actually thought the other day, when I say the other day, pre-Christmas at the Sunshine Coast, he probably should have led that small field. We bounced him and Dusty Tycoon ended up controlling the race, barely broke 38 seconds the first 600. Nothing was going to run it down on that occasion. Tomorrow, he'll roll forward, be on speed. He's another one that probably doesn't want it too wet. And if it gets too wet, he might be in a bit of strife. But if it's sort of soft range, he'll be leading for a long way. Whether or not he's got the class to beat these, in a pretty stiff sort of Class 6, I'm not too sure. He's probably only an each way chance for mine.
Okay, well, good luck to the connections of Grand Zoo there. That's the wrap, mate. Few runners, few good chances by the sounds of it. So what's going to be the best bet?
Best bet, I'm going to go Global Citizen. I think it's a good race for him, even though it's strong. The horse is in good form, and we've never had him this sound and this well. So, all is positive there, and I really like him.
Very good. Well, I think he's around $5 at the moment, so a bit of value there for the punters. So, Trent, thanks for your time and insights, and good luck to everyone over the weekend.
No worries, Ads. Good luck all.